yenza izinto zayo. Mengithi le Afro akusebenzi. Hayi, ndaba yonweleke. Mhlabeni kaNkulunkulu emakhosini. Emakhosini I hate doing this and I'm on a live. But emakhosini ngibingelele ngithi amani kwabathandazi ngithi bayede enyangeni ngithi thokozani bogogo nomkhulu amagwini ne. I think I covered everybody. Sengiyavusela ke kwabakithi ke amathonga ngawuphakamisa idlozi engathwasa amathonga kithi ke ngiqala ngawo malume ogatsheni oba benyathi ubusomsomluko wompongozi ngelwane namandla ngoba inkomizi ekhaya ngisolebela usizo uthi zolisa umuntu ntombazane nanimo ngithanda ukuthi amadoda mazibukweni makwande ngiphinde ngiyavusela ke mathonga nako baba la ngizalelwa khona komakhanyongo nongumede kophathwa koqoqo kuzwako umnanga ezitha nibumbane phezulu kwale nkulumo namhlanje ngiphinde nje ngithi amabili amathathu ke emathongweni la ngiganele khona ke bomalume bakhona konala kodlamini ojongosishado komantoza ke kokheswa ngiphinde ke ngiye kobaba ke la izalela khona kumkhonyana ngoshabala lodwa ngamavuso. Did I miss anything? No. Got it all. Hi. Ngithi nje abaphakame ke phezulu kwenkulumo zanamhlanje. Ngibonge everyone's patience while I catch up with umsebenzi. And I hope by this weekend I'm gonna be done with the catch up yami, and also nabantu sibaposelayo ojazi izembatho EP and so forth. I'm hoping by the end of this week or beginning of next week I'm done with everything and everybody. So nje ngibonge ke lapho. And then bazalwane kuningi 2024 akakanyazi ngonyakazi sekukuningi nje kuningi shabalala mhlambe awuyiqala inkulumo mhlambe ngibe ngibhema ngibe ngiqoqa amandla ale nkulumo esikhuluma namhlanje ngoba kuningi sifuna nje qambe sithi nje February sigijima nonyaka abantu izinto kufanele ukuthi mabazenze izinto kufanele bayi-understande ukuze makukhanye. This year I think nje in all honesty it's the year for people to get their shit together. Yabo kule nyaka le akusekho ama excuses, akusekho ukuthi nokuthi unyaka ukuthi nje iqale sithi le alignment ebesilokho siyifuna over the years esokho sithi siyaba director kubantu kuyo le alignment lesilwelayo ukuthi abantu mababe nabo noma ababe nayo with their own ancestors ukuthi mayihlangana. I think wona nyaka lo ukushukumisa and for people to fully grasp and understand imvelaphi yabo and fully understand what it means to be umntwana wethongo, what it means to be umntwana wedlozi, what it means ukwembathwa abantu abadala, what it means ukuthandwa idlozi lasekhaya, what it means to truly be called, ukuthi ubiziwe, yabo, what it means ukuguqa uphahle, what it means ukuthi momemeza idalwa zakini, what it means ukuthi momemeza ithunywa zakini intabeni bamemeza emanzini. What all of this means, this is abantu bakhona indlela fanele mabakhule ngayo, abantu to understand what is true evil hiding behind what and what it means to be shining through the light, and shining through the light through our understanding, and not izinto esifumbathiswa zona abelungu, not izinto esilethelwa amanye amazwe into our country and being sold to us as our own. You know, this is here for people to truly understand Africanism, understand Ubuntu, understand ukuba umuntu endlini emnyama, you know. This is the year, and it's also the year for people to truly discover izimpi that they have inside of themselves and the strength that they have in order to conquer what they need to conquer, in order for zonke lezi zinto lezi awu baba kodwa Jesu ngenzani
ithukile. Yes.
for zonke lezi zinto lezi ebezenzeka, you know, abantu to fully gather. You threw me so off.
No, into besithi so discuss namhlanje sidikide izinto ezenza ukuthi ubuyele emuva empilweni njengomuntu. Uma umuntu ethongo noma umuntu ohamba nabantu abadala, yabo, uma uba nezibonakaliso noma ixwayiso zasemoyeni noma izinto okumele ngabe azenze empilweni noma la ekumele ngabe usiza khona, yabo, and then izinto eziningi otshengiswa zona noma izinto eziningi oxwayiswa ngazo ungazinaki and izinto otshengiswa zona ungazenzi. Lezo zinto lezo mozolokhu uzenza like mawutheza bayilungisa noma uyasukumela izinto zakhe ezethongo, uyisukumele and ungazenzi ngokuphelela kwazo, ungazenzi ngokuphelela kwenhliziyo yakho nokuthi ukhululeke kuzona ekujuleni kwenhliziyo yakho. Lezo zinto lezo zizodala inkinga ezizokufica mhlambe akesithi iminyaka lo5 phambilini, yabo. Ingakho uthola ukuthi usubona umuntu ozofika esigodlweni athi yabona nje kulonyaka sengilahlekelwe likho konke, ngilahlekelwe umsebenzi, ngilahlekelwe imoto, ngilahlekelwe umuzi, nomendo wami usubhidlikile, yabo. Zonke lezi zinto lezi azikhethanga ukuthi zivele zenze.
Hayi network ayinanzi angazi noma lo trading. But babu unika phezulu. Ufane gijima nasisuka
sachaza ukuthi inkinga ke iqala ngephi inkinga, yabo. So uma izinto noma izibonakaliso ozoba nazo esikhona kwabantu abadala noma isifinywa sakho, bese izibonakaliso lezo noma ixwayiso ongayisukumeli, yabo, abantu abadala abakushaya ngaleso sikhathi leso, idlozi lakho ngeke likushaya ngaleso sikhathi leso, lizokulinda.
Yewe yey fusek
Ubuka kanjani? Uzani zomthatha lo?
Nalabo makhelwane nje abakhetha ukudlalela lo jam umuntu vela agqinisa ireda ngathi uyifakekile ilona.
So yeah, ngichaza nje ukuthi ukushayeka empilweni uma usushaya abantu abadala bayakulinda, yabona. Lesi inkinga lezi noma izinto noma izibonakaliso ebekumele ngabe uyayisukumela noma izinto zethongo emele ngabe ayilungisa, wangayilungisa noma wayilungisa uhafu noma wayilungisa ngenhliziyo engamsuka noma ngenhliziyo enganeme kahle, zonke inkinga zakho ziyaqoqana, ziyabizana zonke lithi hayi azeni umntwana wethu lona ngoba siyabona ukuthi izinyawo zakhe okwamanje uyayihudula, ake sihambe somlinda lapha ku2030, yabona ku2030 ke sofika sonke ke manje sesithi ya sengifikile nami sengikhona, yabona. Ekubeni lesi inkinga lezi ubungayilungisa kancane lokuthiwa makuvele lokho ukulungise.
Yes, baba, you're gonna confuse the people again. Ukimanayo unokuthi uyisuse phansi, funa uyisuse phansi lento so that you guys can understand what we're truly talking about, because I know even I heard on TikTok like abantu asking me, you know, some questions of which I answered, but when people don't understand, umuntu ufika hamba yohlola, by the time ayohlola yabona namhlanje ngathi usuku loku-irritator, but umuntu by the time ahamba yohlola umuntu uhamba yohlola and then bese kuba ngathi masenza izinto, either number one, izinto is refusing to move forward, or number two, akulungwa nhlobo akuhlangani, or number three, inkinga vele ivuka kakhulu kunakuqala. 4, uthola ukuthi ke lokho okuqala ngayo mhlawumbe lokho ufaka ugcino ngakho like kuhlangahlangene bazalwane kuhlangahlangene, and then there's so much happening with the person kanti inkinga emsukeni wayo ne aqalanga ngayo kumnandi like I'm a healer ngisho ukuthi I'm a healer mina. Obviously umuntu mezohlola nani I'm going to do that, I'm going to help you through it, but there's some instances ne where umuntu now wants to connect to their ancestors, right? Banenkinga, they want to connect, they want to understand what's going on, bafuna umuntu abalaphi without umuntu qala before. Like I believe so much in introspection. I believe so much in introspection and understanding. It's okay, ukuya kumlaphi ku right, but you also have to understand yourself when going to umlaphi, and not just go to umlaphi waiting for them to give you all the answers to your life. Because with everything that happens, there are always signs when things are starting to go wrong. There are always signs. It's not something that one day you wake up and you've lost your house. You wake up, you have lost your car, you've lost your job, you've lost your marriage, you've lost your friends, you've lost this. No, it doesn't. You don't just wake up and things are gone, you know. When I've expressed even my own story, years before I knew I even had to go to Asa, I had already lost so much. Okula was like the least of my problems. You know, by the time in Gemina, I had lost everything. So being sick was just the least of my issues. You know, Okula was just like last resort. Okay, no, I need to really figure this thing out. And even though I didn't figure it out, because I woke up one day and I was fine. You know, I woke up one day, stopped being sick, how I was umuntu obese you know, I couldn't take myself to the toilet, I couldn't bath myself and this and the other. One day I woke up and I could go to the toilet, I could bath myself, I could do this, I could do that, which was like my 4th chance at fixing izinto. And still, even then, I didn't fix izinto. It took somebody at an event who I was introduced to by a mutual friend, introduced us, and that person said to me, yo, I think your problems don't need white solutions. They need your traditional solutions. Only then did I'm like, hey, you know, I really must be missing something. And they didn't just end up saying that to me, but they're like, listen, we are going to a healer because they were dealing with their own problems. It was 2 friends, they were dealing with their own issues, and they're like, listen, we're going to a healer on this day. Do you want to come with us? And I was like, yes, I want to go. Okay, what's going on? Because I didn't even know how to begin to look for a healer. In Kingazam, they didn't just like 1 year, everything fell apart. No, it was gradual. It started with little things, then it was middle things, then it was big things, then it was everything. Yabo. So sifuna ukunisusa phansi ke ngale nkulumo and truly explain ukuthi kuze kufike laphayana kusuke kwenze njani. What are the signs to watch out for before you losing everything? Before your ancestors leave you, but safuna connect nani, what do you need to look out for? All right, once that happens, what then should you be looking at doing in order to rebuild or to connect better with your people? And niyeke lento ukuthi nizwe kwama healers niyophikisa, because you uhlale 5 years ungalungisi inkinga zakho, knowing what the issues is, and then you decide once a healer tells you, oh, good, and then you're like, no, it's not like that. Especially when you know your problems. It's not your job to go to a healer and tell them, oh, I lost my car, oh, I lost this, oh, I lost that. Umlaphi uzokuhlola when uyazazi ke conversation.
I know.
But yeah, so sifuna ukuthi ke yonke leyo nto sikwazi ukuthi break it down from the person, hayi ukuthi unabantu abadala but uthandwa amathongo, to umuntu unabantu abadala, to umntwana wedlozi. We want to break down scenarios for each person and help people understand ukuthi kuze nize nifike kwabalaphi sekonakele everything, and then nivele nihlangane nabalaphi abazodlala ngani, but I know you need to twasa njengoba on social media sihlangana nabantu ethi, oh now stop being a sangoma, oh I resigned, oh and this, oh umuntu ushisa ama traditional clothes, this is not my what God called me to do. Mase umuntu esesho wonke lo shit lo, because vele kwasekuqaleni you weren't called to do anything, but because you failed at understanding these basic things that esizoyichaza, that's how you found yourself with the fake gobela, with the fake sangoma, initiating a fake dlozi within you, when that's not what you need. Sifuna inkinga sisuse phansi sikwazi ukuthi sikhuphuke nazo simchazele, so that you don't find yourself in a situation you shouldn't be in, when all you need to do is fix these particular things for your ancestors so that they can realign themselves with you and they can distribute your blessings back to you. That's what we want. Funi ibusiso zenu zibuye. Ngayeke ukudlala abalaphi bethi, oh you need to toss out, you need to do this, you need to do that. Fanele uhlabe imbuzi and yabo in no. Sifuna ukuthi silungise, because not everything needs you to slaughter a cow or a goat. Some things just need a chicken, and some things just need ukushweleza, and some things need ukuthi reconnect through water or through indaba or through prayer even. They need to reconnect through prayer and all those things. Abanye need to reconnect through phahla, whatever. All those things we need to understand from this point, because this year, mina personally, if you say ukuthi you ufuna ukuzongibona, you want to consult, I'm gonna assume you've watched my videos, and I don't want to find myself having conversations I've been having for the last 8 years with people. There are last 8 years with people. Fine. Some conversations, because we were 4 years ago. About 4 years ago. Roughly lapo. You 4 years ago. So in the last laba that didn't know things before they connected with me through my social media or YouTube, people that connected with me through those platforms, those that have connected with me through these platforms, most abantu maybe figure, but I've watched every video, which means you know who to zodila nobani. Akufana abantu 4 years or 3 years prior to me doing anything social media related or YouTube related. Labo bantu kakhulukazi babengiphuphile that came to me. In fact, I've never healed anybody from not 4 years, from about 7 years ago. I hadn't healed anybody that didn't dream of me. For 3 years straight, Mina, all the people that engang balapa, engang basiza were all people that have dreamt of me. Or uthole ukuthi umuntu angiphuphanga uvele kwathiwa akavuke aye endaweni ukuthi, and when they get there they're going to see this place and they're going to see this house. Ngangisahlala ekhaya at that time, they're going to see this house and then they must knock there and ask for the healer. So I'd have random people coming at 5 in the morning, ekhaya coming at 6 in the morning, bengizoza bathi Makhosi la ekhaya ngiphuphe kuthiwa kunesangoma, yabo. So that was 7 years ago, yabo. But from 4 years ago, everybody had seen my videos, so you know what you're dealing with. So this year, from March Ngoba ngicabanga ukuthi mhlawumbe asunike u3 months ukuthi kunezinto esazoyigudla sidiscuss. From March there are conversations that I'm just not going to have. Mokugadlekile ushayekile, don't complain to me. Let's us deal nezinto efana ukuthi mayilunge. That's what we need. We need to push forward because ngifuna mina abantu by the end of the look, if people have been helping, there are people have been helping that have now been married. After Bebe Debenga Shadi, there are people that have now that weren't able to get children, have now had pregnancies. There are people Ababenga Itolim Sebenzi, but Ashwa. The way I teach and the way that I help people works, and I've proven it time and time again. I don't need to, in order to draw people in. It's okay, guys. You post it. Look at this person. Look at this person. Look at what. Early on, there only on my WhatsApp though. There are sometimes when I get like a really heartbreaking message, or just it was heartbreaking for me. But it was a gratitude message from people saying, I finally got pregnant, and my sister told me, oh, here's a baby. I just wanted you to see. Oh, I used to have problems with this belly. I don't post those things because I know that's private things, Zabandu. But the things that I do work. Even some people where I know I'm no longer healing them, and you just have conversations every now and again. You know, or people that have been with me for a long time that know me, they're like, I'm cool, yabo ekhaya sekukanje umsamo sowalunga kanje yes vele kunezinto ezike ivele and whatnot. Like they even tell me when they dream of other healers, you poop in the do you think I should go? I know, Mina, if your ancestors show you you should go. I've helped people connect, which means the things that I'm teaching you guys, they're sabins. We don't want ignorance in 2024. No longer people must be walking in ignorance. Nifuna inhlahla zakini, nifuna uthi makhanya, nifuna ukusebenza, nifuna ukushada, nifuna izinto ukuthi mayihlangana indlela efana mayihlangana ngayo. You want to connect with your people. Vulani amadlebe nilalele. Noqeda futhi ama video, don't just watch half. Watch the whole thing so you have a full picture of what's going on.
Subscribe for nane subscribe.
Shabalala.
40% walk nje. Or subscribe.
Subscribe because I realize I also have a lot of stalkers, which is just weird. But you know, as long as Mina, I don't even mind. I've had people that have followed me for a long time send me videos with you know, there's a healer like this is doing these things or saying these things that you usually say, whatever. I mean, I don't care as long as we're able to reach people. Babe no right. I mean, I don't need you guys, please don't do it. Send me videos of other healers that are taking my content and by palazing up. I couldn't be bothered because at the end of the day, I want the right knowledge to reach people. You know, so it doesn't matter even if they're copying me. I mean, because the things I'm saying, I'm sorry, the network, Bazalwana, the network. But yeah, sifuna nje ukuthi abantu bakhule to get the right knowledge and be able to connect with their people and bakwazi ukuthi babuyele esimeni sezwe emakhosini. Makhosi. Yashisa, I'm literally glowing it.
Or sun-kissed.
Sun-kissed. So bazalwane ngiyi 2 seconds nje ngithi ukubhema ngithi ukuqoqa amandla ngithi ukuvusa umoya ngithe amathongo la ngingawathwasela uthi akhona ukuthi angihlangabeze. And ngiphuma emanzini nje these days, so it glow abantu abadala ngifuna ukuthi khona ukuthi mayiqhubeke nje mayiqaqeke. Abazalwane, we don't do that. We don't do that. Abafuna ukwazi ugwayi is back. We're making new batches this week as well. New batches of ugwayi. fresh umusha abantu abathanda ukodwa ugwayi. We want to introduce it into a bigger size as well. Just side note.
It's also this size.
Ngokhona abantu ababhema into eserious abamobhema njengami bazalwane mina I need lo size lo. It lasted for a very long time for me ke yabo. About occasional smokers but right la kulo size of. And then there's a bigger size than this one. Umuntu angathaphe just to ask me this question. Ugwayi lo khona lo ka 120 lo mngaka. Then khona o 250. Then bese kuba khona lona ke. And ugwayi only so senda ngophephe and neyiphika sesithumela ngophephe, it's actually easier. No chances siyabathumela ngophephe. And by the way, I always get this question on my WhatsApp. Ukuthi ngiyazibusisa yini izembatho mengiyithumela. Yes, because izembatho ezithunywa I pay over them. Unless somebody says ukuthi no, angasikhulekeli because they'll ask me ukuthi ngiyakhulekela ngithi yes. But I do say, but if uzoyikhulekisa esontweni, rather just wait uyikhulekise esontweni lakho, yabo. And just have and pray for it esontweni. But there are a lot of people where umuntu asho ukuthi no anginalo isonto nanani ngiyayikhulekela, and then I ask ukuthi mhlambe khona yini amanzi abawaphupha for just babo, and then ngikhe lawo manzi ngiwakhulekela amanzi bese ke ngiyawathela on the isembatho. And then abanye ke ngibathumelela namanzi of that specific water so they can also pray on the water and then bathele on the item. Sikhulekisa ojazi because abeyithunywa siwakhulekisa namabhidane, siwakhulekisa ngamanzi empophoma namanzi olwandle. Those are the two that we use because ithunywa. But umuntu, if there are other bodies of water, then they can tell us and then we can sikhala amanzi ke sikhulekise ngawo ke silona and sprinkle the water and then sawuthumela amanzi if somebody requires it as well akhulekise ke nina before nje singene inkomo. Guys, sinamike othi ngiqaleke emakhosini langelihle emakhosini Makhosi. All right, angiqaleke othandwe ithongo lasekhaya. Let's say ona abantu abadala, because everybody has ogogo nomkhulu that walk with them. It's not a specific ukuthi unabantu abadala nje, because at the end of the day we all have guardians that walk with us. We all have guardians. We all have guardians. Okwazi ukuthi umphendule ku-WhatsApp yakho. Umtshela ukuthi khona umuntu engihleli naye, vele uthi khona engihleli naye ngizomphendula uma sengiqedile. When my mom wants my attention, oh that's a lot. I manje uzishela. God bless her. Just send her a voice note to say ngisahleli nomuntu masehambile ngizomphendula i-voice note yakhe. All right, so umuntu onganabantu abadala but oyithandela abantu abadala, they've blessed them, they've given them inhlanhla, they abasweli imali, abayisweli makhona nje into abafana bayenze, they always have funds for it. Nje abakhaliselekile. Right? me just send sugar letter. It's not for my mom and then because okay. So yeah, umuntu nje uyithandela amathonga kubo ukhanyiselile umsebenzi hlapha amabhizinisi nenhlanhla yawo whatever that they do iyakhanya ne all right thatha ngabahamba whatever that they do ikhanyiselile lo muntu isikhathi esiningi all right because sometimes bavele bakhanyise kumuntu oyi-one right or two people ekhaya bakhanyise babavulele inhlanhla and so forth bafuna inhliziyo yakho ikhona ukuthi ivulele kube nomoya wamasu yabo umoya wamasu is a giving spirit, a giving heart, right? Lento ukuthi menikhanyiselwa amathongo nikhanyiselwa abantu abadala nikhanyiselwa idlozi zasekhaya and then mekuba khona umuntu ofanele athwase ekhaya noma fanele kuhlatshwe imbuzi noma fanele kwenziwe iladi noma fanele kwenziwe umsebenzi thizeni, you are the person obekiwe ekhaya ukuthi you're going to fulfill that role of assisting ekhaya ukuthi izinto zasekhaya umsamo wasekhaya ukhona ukuthi mawuphakeleke ukhona ukuthi izinto zasekhaya zifezeke khona ukuthi umsebenzi whether it be ukuthi unembuzi efanele yenziwe for abantu abadala whether iladi efanele yenziwe whatever the purpose is noma kuthiwa abanye uthola ukuthi a sibling has to initiate uvuleleke imali ube nemali kakhulu ke yabo during that period where umuntu mhlawumbe ufanele athwase uvele ingene kakhulu imali noma mekufanele mhlawumbe masibiki ukuthi hayi ngo March kuzowenziwa imbuzi ekhaya mhlawumbe for whatever particular reason, let's say ukuthi sihlabela ugogo thizeni ovelile uyakhala udinga imbuzi or kuvela ukuthi or somebody passes on in the family and udingala ukuthi ahlatshelwe imbuzi or ahlatshelwe inkomo, right? Whatever the purpose may be, you are the person obekiwe ukuthi ukhona ukuthi because you have the financial means ukuthi uyifeze lezo zinto. Mind you, when I say this, I'm not talking about those family members that sometimes, I want to go study catering, I want to open up a business, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then you're the person they always ask for money and you have to give it. No, I'm not talking about that, because sometimes there are those family members that just want to take advantage just because you are financially blessed. You know, there are those family members that expect you to help their kids go to school or whatever the case may be. They put all these expectations on you for you to be the person that fulfills all of them. No, I'm not talking about that. We know what abantu, because abantu abamnyama will always be sometimes abantu abamnyama that take advantage. We're not talking about that. We're talking specifically kunezinto that ithong will expect of you. And uzobona about during that period makufanele ukuthi kufezeke lezi zinto lezi uvele ingena kakhulu imali or ubizela umsebenzi ukuthi amabhizinisi they flourish. And you decide not to do that. You always keep saying no. Makufanele ukwenziwa izinto ekhaya awuzenzi or kanye uthola ukuthi hayi ke wena usindisiwe ke laba abathanda ukuthi hayi mina I go to fire, you know, ka fire ke sonto ngelelo. Kodwa wanzima umsebenzi wami namhlanje. You know, you don't participate in those things because you're not a traditionalist and you don't believe in ancestors. Even if you don't believe and it's not your thing, but ngoba ubusisiwe and ubusiswa ibona, whether you believe it or not, umsebenzi wakho ukuthi ukhanyise ekhaya for what they need when it comes to, if the family says no thina sifanele senze imbuzi kabani or fanele sakhe urawundi wa so and so because ufikile ngesibonakaliso wathi ucela ukuthi abe yena nendlu yakhe eceleni for whatever purpose, and this and that and the other. Your purpose is to fill those things, because this is what happens to those people. You go years with no problems. Then one day, let's say you go a good 10 years, prosperation, no problems. Every time somebody has asked you for something, an elder, I know, and you say no, and you contributor. Every time there's been a case of funny ones or funny girls can you contribute so that somebody has passed on, we need to cleanse as a family. Whatever the case may be, and you always say no, you don't participate, you don't believe, or you just don't want to assist in jail. Because God believes in ancestral things, but they just don't want to assist. When that happens, ancestors will leave you. Some people say some samkhanyisela, but akafuna ukwenzela lutho, akahlabi ngisho inkukhu le ukubonga ukuthi hayi but abadala ngiyangikhanyisela, ngibonga ukuthi ngiyangikhanyisela, hayi cela ngiqhube ngigcine khona, ngiqhubeke ngikhanyise, ngiqhubeke ngivule iy'nhlanhla. Awuye kumjaha udashabalala. Yeah, you're making my job hard. But yeah, ungafuni kushiya ke inkinga ke 10 years ungabi ne disruption. Then one day imali ziqala, you having financial constraints. You unenkinga nje ungazi understand, uyabo, unenkinga emsebenzini, there's this, there's that. You just awazi ukuthi what the problem is. Then some people end up losing their jobs. Some people end up their businesses going under. Some people end up losing their cars, their houses. Then look, every time you try to like you get an opportunity, you lose that opportunity. Make you get called for something and then people cancel on you last minute. Those situations are now arising because your debt has become due. They are now saying, you don't have an ounce of gratitude, you don't have an ounce of you don't even have the ability to understand, but other family members are willing to do and participate in order to assist that debt becomes due to you. All because when your blessings are only coming from God, so you got to tithe the sonto. We are tithe the sonto, but to tithe the ancestors are they require a tithe. Just slaughter a chicken for me, or just slaughter a goat for me, or whatever the case may be, that by phone or no phone uvaleleke bese ugijima kumlaphi ke after you've tried every avenue ubona ukuthi akulunga. Umlaphi bese ethini kwena ethi hayi mhlawumbe you've turned your back on umsamo, you've turned your back on your ancestors, bafuna ukuthi uthwase. Qhamuka lapho kuyinkinga sekuthiwa thwasa ke manje. Meanwhile awunantwaso, you just have turned your back on your ancestors in the manner that they needed you to participate when it comes to izinto zabo. Bese ulokhu udlala balaphi ke bethi no, we need to do fanele wenza imbuzi for them, fanele wenza inkomo for them, you need to do this, you need to do that, and then once you're done doing those things fanele uthwase, yabo, or fanele udle igobongo. Meanwhile, you actually have no business doing any of those things. So even if you do it doesn't harm you in any way, but it does ibavusa kakhulu ukuthi unesibindi sokudla igobongo but ekhaya umsama ulungisiwe, umsama uphakeliwe silambile asihlambululiwe, because there comes a period in life where, because of family members passing on, because of abantu bephuphunyelwe izisu, because of witchcraft that's being, those things need to be cleansed, and they're not being cleansed because when one assist in any manner when it comes to ancestors ekhaya, bese into zakho ziyavaleleka. Zonke lezo zinto boil down to you not participating when it comes to into zasekhaya, bese uyavaleleka, and your whole world crashes because you never showed any kind of gratitude when it comes to them. You never had any ability to understand, even if you personally are not a fan of doing izinto for abantu abadala, but at the end of the day, because we understand that you are a product of the people that came before you. Kwanzima. Okay, umkhulu lade ngitshela ukuthi izocisha i-Wi-Fi because of we have load shedding, so I may have to come back and just continue with this video. But let me continue isavuma. So into zakho ziyavaleleka due to all of these issues. We understand. So it comes down to, sometimes you just need to fix ukuthi ushweleze one ukuthi ubuyiziba izinto zasekhaya, you refuse to participate kwizinto zasekhaya, you refuse to assist anybody with regards to into ehlangane nomsamo wasekhaya, you refuse to do cleanses and so forth. Uyishwelezele leyo nto, ihlanjulule leyo nto, uqaleke wenzeke lezi zinto kwakufanele ukuthi mazenziwe ekhaya. Even if it means yes, helping somebody needs to initiate or somebody needs to do some kind of process when it comes to then assist in that. I'm not saying allow people to take advantage, because sometimes people will milk you dry, but it's just understanding okay, u-1 no-2 no-3 na ngoba us-involve sonke ekhaya, usithinta sonke ekhaya. We need to do those things kuze ningavaleleki bazalwane, and your ancestors don't cut you off. All right, simple, we done. Umuntu wanabantu abadala. Now you have abantu abadala that have to do processes, that have to for example, kumele umuntu adle igobongo, kumele umuntu mhlawumbe umbethe ugogo thizeni ofana alungiselwe into zakhe, kumele ukuthi mhlawumbe kunezibonakaliso ezifikile regarding imisebenzi yasekhaya, and you don't, ayikho into communicateayo ngayo. Uyayibona lento le, uma kuzoba nenkinga kumsebenzi, you don't say anything. When you receive messages from ancestors, you don't say anything. When they tell you ukuthi at a certain time or at a particular can you do iladi for abadala, or if somebody has passed on ukuthi ukwazi ukuthi ubaqoqe, understand ukuthi okay, fanele siyohlambulula, understand the other. When you don't adhere to the messages that your ancestors bring, right? And in fact, this even applies to umuntu edlozi. When ancestors have been communicating to you what you need to be doing and you keep delaying, or I remember I saw a message where somebody said, my church doesn't believe in those things. My church shuns those things. My church, I was fully lezindo, so it's making it hard for me to do anything regarding ancestors. Those people that are in your church are not your bloodline. Labo bantu that you're worried about bringing shame to them or embarrassing them or going against their law. Abantu bebandla are not your law. Those are people just like you are a person. If you are in a church that is saying separate yourself from your ancestors, but the dreams are there, that you need to do things for your ancestors, you need to do things for Itunyazagin. If izibonakaliso are there, and you're not adhering to those messages, you are not fulfilling those messages. Mase bekuflathela usubona kubhodloka empilweni yakho. It's not a thing that can be fixed just by initiating or ngokudla igobongo. You need to go back to yonke into iqala ngokushweleza, yonke into iqala kulungiseni kushwelezeni, to recognize your fault, recognize iphutha olenzile, and then asking first for forgiveness for it. That's why even mengilapha umuntu mina and like they ngisho ukuthi listen, lana kuyavela ukuthi there are dreams that you've had that they've communicated what they want from you. When those dreams came, what did you do? Oh, I didn't realize those dreams were communication. First thing I do, I'm like, siyohlambulula. Kodwa mesifika laphayana sizoqala siphahle sincenga ukuthi cela ubasondele basihlangabeze njengoba you're gonna go on this journey of healing. Ucela ukuthi basondele ucela uxolise kubona ukuthi you didn't listen to the messages that they were bringing. So can they re-show themselves? Can they realign themselves